10 Dark Stories of Disney. Crazy things happen, a lot. According to several employees of Disney World just last week, and this wasn't on the news, a guest jumped off one of the well-known hotels called the Contemporary Resort. The loss at the Walt Disney World Resort is believed to have been a suicide, and some reports say that the individual jumped off of the A-frame tower and on the way down hit the monorail tracks. The loss at the Walt Disney World Resort is believed to have been a suicide. Disney World has seen more than their fair share of demise, which inevitably leads to stories about Disney's dark side. It's possible that the happiest place on earth could be one of the most haunted. Number 10. According to rumors, one day a woman approached Walt Disney and said that before her son passed away, his favorite place on earth was the ride called the Haunted Mansion. The ride was an opening day attraction at Disney World. She asked the park if she could put his ashes in the mansion because that is what he would have wanted. The park, of course, told the lady that she could not do that. She took his ashes in secret on the ride and spread them throughout the mansion, regardless of the park's insistence on her not doing that. This photo was taken in the first hallway of the attraction. As you can see, a boy is looking back at the photographer, only there is no boy in front of him. Number 9. One Friday afternoon, a family was in line to visit the Haunted Mansion ride, about to board the dune buggies, where there was a total of 3 cast members working the loading and unloading of passengers. There was a girl working the controls on the ride, and 2 boys, one at the entrance and the other on the moving walkway. One of the men was dressed in light brown and had what appeared to be a piece of paper not much larger than a business card with him. The boy that was on the walkway reaches down to pick something up and never came up. Did the family just see a ghost? We may never really know. Number 8. Not all animals in the animal kingdom are animatronic, and not all guests may be human. According to one boy, he was riding in a buggy on the dinosaur ride in the animal kingdom. He sat beside what appeared to him to be an elderly man with grey hair and a short beard. Throughout the ride, the man wore a baseball cap and did not take it off. He did not react to any of the dinosaurs, which at the time the boy thought was strange. On most rides at Disney, you can look at and purchase pictures of yourself on attractions as memorabilia. He saw his picture, and the elderly man that was sitting next to him appeared to have no eyes. There were only black spots where his eyes were supposed to be. Number 7. George was a young construction worker who fell to his death while working on one of Disney's opening day attractions, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Every day, the crew members that work the ride say good morning and good night to him over the PA system. If they do not give him the reverence he desires, it will be a long day for them, and something will inevitably happen. George is said to create all sorts of havoc for them, such as making calls from the control room, shutting down the ride, and even appearing on the monitors. George fell to his death in the room with the scene of the burning city, and a lot of guests have reported feeling a chill in that room. Number 6. Disney's oldest rides are known as dark rides, meaning that they are scarcely lit, and guests travel from scene to scene throughout the attraction. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is one of these dark rides that was one of the park's opening day attraction. This ride was based on the story of the Wind in the Willows, and carried passengers on the ride into an oncoming train and then straight to hell. Yes, hell, accompanied with devil's fire and brimstone. In addition to entering hell, this scene of the ride was heated, and you can view Walt Disney's final resting place on this frightful attraction as well. Number 5. There have been multiple crew members that have attempted suicides or completed the terrifying act that have worked at Disneyland Paris. In 2010, a man that worked as a chef in Disneyland Paris committed suicide, but before taking his life, he wrote on his wall in his home in French, "I don't want to go back to Mickey's house." In another incident in November 2013, another Disneyland Paris employee tried to light himself on fire, but he was stopped just in time before he accomplished the task. The park had another mishap in the same year. A small child fell out of a water ride and suffered severe injuries. Number 4. Another very ashy secret. In 2007, Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean ride was reported as closed because a woman was seen sprinkling an unknown powdery substance into the water while on the ride. The material, whatever it was never identified, and the news contacted several Disney employees who said that it was just another person scattering the ashes of their loved one in the park, as any Disney fan would want. Disney is evidently a popular ashing site. However, there has never been any confirmed ashes that have been found. Number 3. In 1966, a teenager attempted to sneak into Disney World by climbing over the fence and crossing over the monorail tracks. A security guard spotted the teen and ran as fast as he could. As the boy ran on the tracks, the monorail struck and killed him. People say that sometimes at night you can still see his ghost running alongside the monorail train. Number 2. Dolly Young was a guest at Disney World, and while riding on the Matterhorn bobsled attraction, she fell off and was struck by another bobsled while on the tracks. Supposedly, she had on the safety belt when the ride began, but at some point on the trip, she either removed it or it came loose. Either way, she was trapped beneath the other bobsled and died on the scene. Cast members that have to walk down the attraction's track when the ride shuts down say that sometimes they can hear her screams. The section of the ride that she died in is called Dolly's Dip by cast members. Number 1. In the summer of 1973, 2 brothers remained on Tom Sawyer's Island Island after the park had closed. The boys attempted to escape by swimming across the rivers of America. The oldest brother did not make the swim and drowned. Cast members say that they can see his ghost rippling the waters. Disney World is supposed to be the happiest place on earth. Evidently, that is not always the case. Have you ever seen anything frightening or unsettling while at Disney World? We would love to know what you have to say in the comments below. We also have several other articles that you can check out since you will not be sleeping tonight. Don't forget to like and share. Thanks for watching.